Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Family Empire Season 1, Episode 6. I'm sorry, Family Empire Houston. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, everybody is trying to overtalk each other. Granny done clapped them hands because she wants it quiet. Okay, Big Mama said, hush up all that noise. Okay, everybody, quiet. I don't want to hear no damn mo. I know that's right, Granny. So Nikki then says she is Miss Oscarine's realtor, so they're going to put a pin in it because it's entirely too many people talking, trying to get their 2 cents in. So everybody hush, and she's going to take her out because she could tell that Miss Oscarine was in distress. She don't like all that. So they go outside, and Miss Joy, who is Nicole and Monet's mama, she pulls Keisha to the side because she want to talk. So they go inside and she's asking Keisha if she has any questions. And Keisha was like, yeah, because I still really don't know the truth. So then Miss Joy is trying to make it seem like, you know, she was so accepting of everything. And Keisha told her, well, it didn't feel like it. I felt a lot of negativity between you and my dad. And as a child, I should not have. So then Miss Joy says, well, you know, I wasn't really angry about you, but the anger was between me and your dad. So then Keisha said, yeah, but I don't understand that because I just wanted to have a relationship with my sisters. And because of y'all's anger, it trickled down to the kids. And really and truly, that's not fair to any of them because kids just want to be kids. They just want to play and have fun, especially growing up in the 90s. This mess that this man has created affected everybody in the worst way. And he needs to be held accountable. And I'm not going to stop saying it. So then Miss Joy was like, well, you know, I was really angry about that. This person sticking her nose in my business instead of worrying about the outside children her man had. Now, why did you even have to bring that up? But you know what I appreciated about this episode, baby? It was not produced. This is how families be. And I can say that and speak from experience. This is really how they are. You got outside kids, baby. You don't know who's your cousin, who's your auntie. Baby, you don't know who this person is, that person is. Everybody's just accepting any old thing. And for you to just throw out there, she should have been worried about the outside kids that her man had. That was unnecessary. Now, we all know she's talking about Aunt Jackie. Keisha then says in the confessional that the person that she's talking about didn't do anything wrong. They just tried to integrate her into the family. Miss Joy is not getting it. Even though you were angry at whoever, it affected her and she felt it. That's all she's trying to get across to you. She felt all of it. You know what? We oftentimes think that kids are not seeing and hearing and knowing what's going on around them. You can feel the energy and you know when something is off. Kids are not crazy. They know what's up. So then Nicole and Monet walked in because they heard them talking. So Monet and Nicole want to know what they were talking about. So Keisha was like, you know, Miss Joy was just telling me the history. So then Miss Joy says, you know, everybody got hurt. You got hurt. Nicole got hurt. Monet got hurt. Keisha said, yeah, but we should not. Us three. We should not have gotten hurt. Now, I agree with that. They shouldn't have let that affect the relationship that the girls had. They actually missed out on a lot. And imagine how the sisters felt when they found out that they had a sister the same age as them that wasn't in the house. How do you explain that? Well, you have a sister. Well, how? Kids are asking questions, and Nicole and Keisha are the same age. So if Keisha came around when she was 7, that is a young age to try to express and explain something to a young child. We're like in the first grade at that point, first or second. And to try to explain that, that's a lot. So then Keisha was like, well, you know, I don't feel like any of us should have been in it. So Nicole was like, well, I disagree. You know, my mom didn't ask for that. Keisha said, okay, no, she didn't, but she didn't have to stay with him either. Nicole, you got in this confessional talking about the past is the past. Nothing is going to change. So that's why, you know, I don't want to keep dealing with this. I'm not going to keep speaking on this unless we're speaking about moving forward. Now, listen, I understand that the past is the past, but you have to have the uncomfortable conversations in order to get to a comfortable place. We know you think this is your world and we just living in it, but it's not just about you. Okay, you cannot stop Keisha from saying how she feels and how she felt. This is her truth. Like, I know you want to protect your mama. I get it. I get it. I get it. I know you want to protect your mama, but at the end of the day, she is correct. Y'all did not deserve to be inserted in grown folks' mess. Bottom line. Moving forward. In the next scene, Jaquita and Chris go to a food truck park, and Jaquita was like, yeah, you know, me and my man, we love to eat. Baby, listen, count me in. I love a man with a healthy appetite. I can't stand no man wondering why I'm always hungry. You hungry again? Sir, let me eat cake. Baby, just like the saying goes, let them eat cake. Baby, leave me the hell alone. And Houston has some good food, especially on the north side. Okay, holes in the wall everywhere. You can go to a good old hole in the wall and get all the food that you could ever imagine. And you mean to tell me you ain't hungry? Oh, baby, you are not the man for me. Okay, you just ain't the man for me. So Caramel and Keisha, they meet them up there, right? So it's like a little cute, double date. And Jaquita starts telling Caramel, I really don't know anything about you. And she was saying in the confessional that she really wants to get to know Caramel. She doesn't hold grudges. So, girl, who are you? Caramel starts saying, she was from San Diego and she's been in Houston for 12 years and the H has helped her to elevate. She wasn't a realtor when she was in California, but she is now. So after they get all that out the way and she knows a little bit more about Caramel coming to the stage, because Jaquita is just dead set that Caramel is a scripper. She is going to make that lady a scripper if she don't do nothing else. So then Jaquita crazy to herself talking about, okay, so both of y'all got kids. Okay, so what I want to ask y'all is, how did y'all transition over to the lady pond and not want it no more? Caramel said, I didn't say I didn't want it anymore. I just went from real to plastic. Child, not the backpack. Backpack. I be knowing what y'all be having in that backpack, child. This is a mess. Jaquita said, yeah, no, I'm going to need the real thing. I'm strictly dickly, honey. You can be lickety, but I need a dickly, honey. That's how, it's not going to work. Girl, please, not lickety. But, I'm kind of with you. As much as they work my nervous system, I like it attached to a fine man. Okay? I like it attached. And then I'll send them on their way. So then after they got through with that, Jaquita asked Keisha what her and Miss Joy were talking about. So Keisha tells her what Miss Joy said about people needing to mind their own damn house. Mind your outside children. Don't mind my business. Mind the business that pays you. So then Jaquita said, was she talking about my mama? Girl, I think she was. I really think she was. She said, I don't know who else it would be because my mama is the one that brought you in. So she had to be talking about my mama. Jaquita said, listen. Yeah, we knew that there was an outside brother that we have. Okay, we knew that. They were on the outside, but now they're on the inside. She said, so if my mama did that with her situation, she wanted to invite you in as well. So Jaquita said, well, I really don't like that separate stuff. Like they take a picture and they be like, oh, let me take a picture with my family. Then they want to take a picture and then put Keisha in the middle of it. I don't like that. And I feel that. She told it just like it was, because you know what, it's not Keisha's fault that her daddy was laying it low and spreading it wide with everything and everybody. That is not her fault. And I don't like when people make things so obvious and so divided. Jaquita said Chris had a daughter before her and she would never exclude her or make her feel different. Now Chris has a 15-year-old daughter. They showed her picture. Very pretty young lady. And a lot of women cannot accept kids that are not theirs. And the children notice that too. They just will not accept the fact. Now, this is my thing. If you decide to stay with a man that had a baby on you, or even if he was in a relationship at the same time as you and you decided to stay, then you decided in that moment to accept everything that comes with that man. Don't then turn around and make the other child feel less than, because you decided to accept him and everything that comes along with him. That's just point blank in the period. Moving forward. In the next scene, Nicole stops by the beauty shop for her sister to do her hair. She sits in a chair. They start talking about the barbecue and how nobody was talking about the beauty shop. Monet, don't let them leave you out, girl. If you think that you should keep the beauty shop because you're the only one that does hair in the family, sit down and talk to Miss Oscarine, honey, and have her come over and help you make cabbage. That's what your sister did, y'all. So then Monet brings up how it was kind of nerve-wracking seeing Keisha talking to their mama. So Nicole is basically like, okay, the past is the past. We need to just move on. If people want to tell her about it, they're going to tell her about it. If they don't want to tell her about it, then they not. Nicole, your attitude towards this subject is nasty and dismissive. This is the reason that she doesn't like to open up to you. This is the main reason why she don't like talking to you. You cannot just shut her down because you don't want to talk about it. She was affected too. You're not the only one. Okay, you just can't say how things are gonna go and how they ain't gonna go, when they gonna talk and when they ain't gonna talk. At the end of the day, Mr. Bubba needs to step in and clean up the mess that he created. This is his fault. Everybody fighting and he's sitting somewhere eating crawfish. Moving forward. In the next scene, Jermisha is with her aunts and her mom, right? And they're getting ready for their monthly family gathering. And I do love that they do that. I really do. I love that they get together as a family. And if something's going down, they gonna hash it out. So they start talking about the barbecue, right? And then Jermisha said that the rodeo roundup rounded up some mess. So they all like, what you mean? So then she's telling them that Jaquita had called her and told her what Miss Joy said about her mama. She said, yeah, Miss Joy told Keisha that somebody should have stayed out of her business, and that's my mama. She said, you know what? It should have never been brought up because it wasn't a sincere apology. If you're going to apologize to Keisha, apologize. But don't bring my mama into it. It felt like an opportunity to shade my mama. So then on Charlotte, honey, because you know on Charlotte don't play. If it's one of the sisters that don't play, it's on Charlotte. On Nikki up there too. But on Charlotte is not to be played with. She piped up and she told the truth. It's not fair that she put it on Jermisha and Jaquita's mom because she's like the sweetest one. And you can tell. That's why her daughters are so sweet. You really can tell the influence inside the home. So then Aunt Charlotte said he had 2 girlfriends, not a wife and a girlfriend, 2 girlfriends at the same time. So all of this is really on him. It most definitely is. Miss Joy deflecting and coming up with every excuse, knowing full well she made Keisha feel unwanted. She probably resented Keisha and resented Jermisha and Jaquita's mama for going to get her. That's just the bottom line. It's a whole bunch of resentment and unresolved feelings. But the bottom line is Bubba needs to speak up. And I'm with Aunt Charlotte. The weight of all of this is on him. But you know how some men do. They start little fires everywhere and then watch everybody else put them out while they relaxing. Sir, you started the damn fire, so go get the extinguisher and put it the hell out. Moving forward. It's time for Bubba to head on down to a therapy session, alone and with his kids. So Jermisha is asking them, well, is Miss Joy coming to the crawfish boil? And they was like, well, yeah, she come to everything else. Jermisha wants to know what the issue is. And I want to know if they're still married. I can't remember if Nicole's parents are still married or not. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. They stated it plain. They said, look, Keisha is our blood. It's no reason she should find out later in life that she has this whole big family and nobody ever tried to embrace her. And they also said that if the roles were reversed, they would have fought hard for Nicole and Monet too. It's just what they do. They're a very close-knit family and they want everybody who belongs to them to be involved. And I don't see anything wrong with that because the bottom line is that family is the most important thing to them. They said they had a great childhood and that he wasn't raised to be that way. And I think it's beautiful that they all embraced Keisha. Because just imagine, y'all, she lost her mama. And then after losing your mom, you find out about all of this family you have at this juncture in your life. You're grieving. And on top of that, to find out that your brother's dad is not really your dad, here you are as a grown adult, finding an entirely different part of the family tree. That would be crazy. I don't feel bad that Aunt Jackie invited her in. I really don't. Now, I hated seeing Aunt Cheryl cry. I was like, oh, don't cry. Listen, I told y'all, do not let CK tap y'all family for views. Because this ain't nobody business but y'all. If y'all don't want us in the business, we can get out the business real quick. Okay? This can be a 1-season wonder. Don't let that man tear your house up. In the next scene, baby, Miss Oscarine still driving on these here Houston streets. So watch out. Maybe she's swinging and banging. Miss Oscarine was swinging that whip. Do you hear me? At one point, I think she had hit him with one hand. I said, baby, not the one hand. Her and Nikki go check on the reception hall, right? So they're in there. They're moving some things around. Nikki asked Miss Oscarine about the rodeo roundup and everybody giving their opinion on what was going on. She said, I really don't want y'all fighting. So Nikki is telling her about Jermisha being the project manager. Now, after how they behaved, Miss Oscarine told her, I don't really want none of y'all involved. Okay, I really just want to sell the land. That's what I want to do. Child, they done fought their way out of the deal. Ooh, Jermisha gonna be devastated. Baby, this gonna be a mess. Over on the other side of Houston, Jermisha is having a meeting with the Sheltons. Now, remember, they were the ones that came out and took a look at the land and told her how much it was going to be, like $7 to $8 million. I have to give Jermisha a pat on the back. She is not losing the plot. Do you hear me? She is making sure that she stays on it. Her end game is this land, and she gonna get this land by any means necessary. Now, she already knows that Granny does not want to do it anymore, but she gonna persevere nonetheless. I was like, girl, she does not want to do it. Even though she knows she still wants to make an official pitch with money, all the money accounted for. Now, me personally, after all the confusion, I would just let her sell the land and start from scratch, because it's too divisive. When Granny is not here, all hell gonna break loose. Everything is gonna fall apart when the matriarch leaves this world. So for me, I would just let her sell it, cut my losses, and figure out how to develop on land that I purchased down in one of them auctions. Girl, please. It will be no way. He was running down the numbers, right? And it all came out in the wash. Building and selling will be the exact same amount as just selling the land. So you might as well just sell it. So she's asking him about how it would be if they had the rental properties or if they did a hybrid model. And he took the words right out of my mouth. Having a mixed community is going to yield problems because some people are purchasing for $300,000 plus. And then next door, you got somebody renting, playing their music all loud in the middle of the damn night. Nope, it'll never work. It's like having those income-based apartments. Have you ever seen the income-based properties where some people pay market rent and some people are paying rent based on their income? That causes problems. And then as soon as some mess pop off, I'm paying full price. You got people in here with Section 8 vouchers. You got people in here paying this, and I pay full price. Nope. That's just too much. Too much. So after hearing the numbers, I feel like it's really not worth the hassle to even build to rent, because you have to think about it. You're responsible for everybody's everything. Something breaks down, you are responsible for that. It's not just pass and go and collecting $200. Child, I let Granny sell that land and work something else out, honey. I would have to do this another way. Moving forward. In the next scene, it's the day of the crawfish boil with the family, right? So they're having it at Jermisha's house because Jermisha is the designated house to have all the events if it ain't Granny's house. So while they're setting up, Jermisha's husband, Justin, notices that, she's a little bit frazzled. Come on, paying attention to your wife. Baby, I love that scene. I said, I know that's right. You better pay attention to your woman. She's telling him that things aren't going as planned with the land. Yeah, it's too much hassle. She was like, I'm just going to keep this under wraps. I'm not going to say nothing because they're going to eat me alive until I know exactly what I'm going to do. Mum's the word. I'm not saying nothing. Yeah, I think that would be best. Don't say not one word. So everybody started arriving, right? Chris got on his uniform. Hey, Chris. Baby, Chris back in that 126 photography hoodie. Chris, I need me a hoodie, honey. I need to figure out how can I get me a hoodie. This is a mess. So Jermisha pulls Jaquita to the side and she's like, girl, do you think we should bring up the conversation since everybody is here but Granny? And we don't really want to upset her, so it's best that we get it out of the way now. Child, my heart was beating fast. I was like, ooh, let's not talk about it over the crawfish. Baby, the crawfish already had you sweating if it's spicy. And then y'all finna make the conversation spicy too? Now listen, I'm not a big seafood person, but I do love a good crawfish. It's just something about it. I do love it. So they sit down. As they're eating, Jermisha brings up that Keisha told them about the conversation that was had. So then Nicole pipes up and she's like, okay, I feel like we're talking around it. Okay, it's about the whole when Keisha came into the family thing. It was hurt, on a lot of people's parts. Keisha, my mom, Aunt Jackie, a lot has changed in 20 or 30 years. Jermisha's like, yeah. But a specific thing was said. I know that's right. Some things were said about my mama. Okay, make it plain. You're not finna overtalk me and y'all talking about my damn mama. I hate how Nicole always cuts people off when they're saying something she don't want to hear. Girl, anyway. Keisha then says, well, yeah, Miss Joy was saying she was angry, but she didn't name names. But she said people should worry about their own households instead of hers and their outside children. Now, Monet did try to save her, talking about, well, that could be about anybody. Monet, please. Okay, we know it's about Jermisha and Jaquita's mama. So then Keisha says, well, what I want to know is, why were you so angry? So she looked to Aunt Jackie. She said, were you disrespectful to her or something? Aunt Jackie said, no, I didn't think that I was. My major concern was you. Like, I didn't even take you over to their house. I brought you to my house. Listen to me. That was her brother's child, and she embraced her like an aunt should. She didn't try to impose her on them. She didn't try to go and infiltrate their home. She took the girl to her house. So then Aunt Jackie told her, she said, yeah, Keisha couldn't go over there. Well, baby, what she say that for? Nicole said, why she couldn't come over there? Miss Joy was like, well, I feel like Bubba should have initiated that. So until we work things out between us, then it should have been how it was. So basically, Miss Joy needed to process the fact that it happened, let alone seeing the child. She probably was too hurt to embrace her at that time. And I could just hear her now. She probably allegedly was like, no, you're not about to bring another child into this house. Like, why would you even do me like that? So they probably was fussing and fighting and clawing each other's eyes out. And she didn't have time to be worried about anybody's children besides her own. So then Keisha asked, well, if he never got the initiative to come pick me up, I mean, would it have ever happened? It probably would have never happened. Everybody arguing the what ifs, and none of this would have happened or even have to be talked about if he didn't go put everybody in a bad situation. And no, I do not think that Keisha would have ever been around if it were not for Aunt Jackie. And that's probably why Miss Joy is so angry at Aunt Jackie, because you brought the constant reminder of his infidelity and him playing in my face to my front doorstep. I wholeheartedly believe that Keisha was treated differently and she felt left out. Kids are not stupid. Okay. We are not dumb. So I know Keisha probably did feel away. So then Monet says, well, she just wanted her husband to handle it. And somebody in the background, I forgot who it was like, well, they weren't married at the time. So child, not a whole table turning up. They arguing back and forth and back. Keisha was like, no, he wasn't going to do it. He was never going to do it. No, he wasn't going to do it. So then Monet says, well, how do y'all know he wasn't going to do it? Girl, they know because he didn't do nothing else. Her mama is the one that asked for the paternity test. Aunt Jackie is the one that brought her into the fold. So what did y'all's daddy do besides it to get the kids? What else did he do? Nothing. You cannot make me believe for 1 second that that man was going to invite Keisha into this family the way that Aunt Jackie embraced her. Y'all are not going to make me believe that. They're making every excuse for him, talking about he didn't get a chance to step up. Girl, how long is it going to take? The girl was 7 when she came around. It didn't take him no time to make the children. What we need to be doing is putting this damn crawfish down and let's call over Bubba and get the real answer. Sir, you're going to have to step it up. We need to know. These are the burning questions. Why did you do this? Be held accountable, and let's just put it all on the table. And that was the end of the episode. Let me tell y'all something. I tell y'all every week, this show is shaping up. Y'all need to watch. It is really giving real family business. Okay. Y'all really need to watch. It is a good show. The numbers are not numbering, but I'm going to keep pushing through because I believe in this show. And I think that it could be a great show for seasons to come if they don't let things, get out of hand. Y'all need to watch. Because, child, there's some stuff going on in some people's families like this today. This was a real episode featuring real family problems. Okay, y'all comment down below if you happen to watch. If you did not, I just filled you in. Comment and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.